As prolific as animals, and they live like animals. Rufus, the head of the clan, is something out of the Stone Age. They live like a pack of wild dogs up in Blanco Canyon. They're a pest, a plague, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Be a blessing for this country if the flood would wipe them off the face of the earth.
We should have stayed in town. Got some girls and more liquor.
Maybe we got us something better. There's Pat Terrell and her Eastern Dude. Let's give him a welcome.
The Hennessy Bunch. Local trash. Keep on driving, Jim.
Looks like they want to talk.
Well, don't stop. Go right on through them.
Howdy, Miss Terrell. That wasn't very social back there. Miss Terrell, ain't you gonna introduce me to your intended?
I wouldn't introduce you to a dog.
But I sure do like your hat.
All right, that's enough.
Give me that hat! All right, turn him loose. Miss Terrell, he ain't much of a man. You better send him back where he come from.
So humiliated. Having this happen to you your first day here.
Oh, well, don't worry about it. Greenhorns always have to get knocked around a little.
Why did you take the rifle away from me?
Hey, I didn't even know that you had a
Why
rifle.
did you take it?
Why? Well, I didn't think that you really wanted to shoot anybody.
The Hennessy's? I just as soon shoot them as look at them.
Oh. You don't mean that. They were just showing off. I didn't want to let it get serious.
Jim, you didn't think that was serious?
Not really, no.
Well, aren't you even angry?
Oh.
Here in the West, Jim, a man is still expected to defend himself. If he allows people to think he won't, he's in trouble. Bad trouble.
You're speaking about what happened yesterday.
I'm not implying any criticism, Jim. But your gentlemanly forbearance is misplaced when you're dealing with the Hennessy's. Well, perhaps you did the right thing. Pat being there.
I don't know that I would have acted differently if she hadn't been. See, they weren't dangerous, just drunk. I've run into Hennessy's in ports all over the world.
That's where you're wrong, Jim. The Hennessy's are trash. There's no other word for it. They're trash. They're as prolific as animals, and they live like animals. Rufus, the head of the clan, is something out of the Stone Age. They live like a pack of wild dogs up in Blanco Canyon. The eldest of the litter, Buck, you've met. They're a pest, a plague, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Be a blessing for this country if the flood would wipe them off the face of the earth. Little hunting expedition?
Good.
I'll get a gun, Steve. Be right with you.
Yes, sir.
What are you hunting today, Mr. Leach?
Hennessy's?
Pat, didn't Didn't you tell the Major that there was no real trouble yesterday until you reached for that rifle?
No, I don't think it would have made any difference. You can tell him if you want to.
You don't mean that you're actually going to go out and shoot somebody because of what happened yesterday?
No, just teach him a little lesson.
But I was the one who was roped and knocked
Come
around.
on with us, then. We'll cut Buck Hennessy out for you. You can settle with him yourself.
Now look, Jim. What you don't realize is that the nearest law is at the county seat, 200 miles away. You can't call a policeman here. You have to be your own law.
Well, that may be so, but nothing happened yesterday to justify this kind of a war party.
Jim, you're new here and you don't know this country. You'll just have to trust my judgment.
Major, you're riding on the Hennessy's for reasons of your own. Not because of anything that happened to me.
We didn't mean no harm. We're just having a little fun. Let us go!
You people gonna let him get away with this? You gonna let him ride into town and take it over like they own it?
That's enough, Steve.
I hope you're enjoying yourself, Major.
Tell Rufus the next time I'll burn the place to the ground. What do you want, Hennessy?
Now, I'm not here complaining about 20 of your brave men who beat 3 of my boys till they couldn't stand. I'm not here complaining because I know that you're trying to buy the Big Muddy to keep my cows from water. I'll tell you why I'm here, Major Turl. When you come a-riding roughshod over my land, scaring the kids and the women folks, when you invade my home like you was the law or God Almighty, then I say to you, I've seen every kind of critter God ever made, and I ain't never seen a meaner, lower, more stinking yellow hypocrite than you. Now, you can swallow up a lot of folks and make 'em like it, but you ain't swallowing me. And I give you warning, you set foot in Blanco Canyon once more, and this country's gonna run red with blood till there ain't one of us left. Now, I don't hold mine so precious, so if you want to start, here. Start now. I'll make it easy for you. Here's my back.
Don't you want to hear where I've been? Why I went? Don't you want to hear from me?
Who cares what you did? You let him call you a liar. I've never been so humiliated in my life.
Calm down, Dad. There's no reason for
Don't
you to
you
be
care
so...
what people think?
No, I'm not responsible for what people think. Only for what I am.
Oh, darling, I can't believe you're really here. You don't know how long it's been.
Don't I, though?
Oh, if I'd known how much I was going to miss you, I'd have made you marry me in Baltimore. We're going to be a public scandal. Oh, my hair's still not the way I planned it. And I know that my nose is red from waiting in the sun without a hat on. Oh, darling, everybody tries to ride Old Thunder.
I do? Why?
Why? I don't know. They just always do. Would you like to try a cigarette?
Where'd you get those?
In the East. Don't look so shocked. I saw a woman smoking one. It's very elegant.
Where's Pat? Oh, don't tell me I know. She's waiting till everyone's here so she can make a grand entrance.
Well, everyone's here.
I'll see what I can do. Everybody's waiting for you downstairs.
Good, that's just what I intended. Hey, all!
Happy as you should be tonight?
Almost.
Almost.
What'll I do if he decides not to settle here? I don't think I could stand being away from you.
Don't you worry about that. I'll make a Terrell out of him yet.
Look, there's the mountain behind here. But it's too dangerous right along. You get lost.
You ever seen a compass?
Well, sure. Oh, what a funny watch.
A watch only tells the time. This tells me where I'm going and how to get back.
Not out here.
Even out here. Now, don't forget, Ramon. You tell Pat and the Major that I may be out overnight. I've got everything I need, and they shouldn't worry.
All right. I told him, and I told him all the country was the same.
And how could you possibly let him go?
He's a very smart man.
But he's a stranger here.
He say not to worry. He says he's coming back. And by the way, you know, he's got a funny watch.
Ramon, you're an idiot. Come on, show me the way he went.
How could Jim do a thing like that to me? He must be lost by now. Oh, well, I don't care about anything anyway.
All right, Patsy, what's wrong?
Nothing, and you know that I detest that nickname. You have to know everything that's going on, don't you, Julie?
Only when it happens to my friends. I didn't mean to be inquisitive.
Oh, for heaven's sake, sit down. Oh, Julie, he's not the man I remembered.
Well, he couldn't very well bring his ship with him.
First, Buck Hennessy beats him up on the road, and he refuses to do anything about it when he gets the chance.
Oh,
Well, he wouldn't even get on Old Thunder when the boys saddled him up for a lark. But then just to stand there when Steve called him a liar and not do anything.
There's no reason for
Don't
you to
you
be
care
so...
what people think?
No, I'm not responsible for what people think. Only for what I am.
Don't you care what I think? Do you like to have people think of you as a...
A coward, why don't you say it? Are you afraid of the word? I'm not. And I'm not going to spend the rest of my life demonstrating how brave I am.
You've already demonstrated that quite fully enough.
Pat? I'll move into town first thing in the morning. I think we both need a little time to think this over.
I think that could be a very fine idea. Good night. Ramon,
Yes?
did Mr. McKay ride Old Thunder?
Oh, yes. He ride him himself. Old Tender threw him down 5, 10 times. I don't know how many. And he don't give up. But Old Tender give up. And then he was walking like this, like an burro, you know.
If he was going to ride the brute, why didn't he do it when it meant something?
Well, he did ride it when it meant something to him.
But if he loved me, why would he let me think he's a coward?
If you love him, why would you think it? How many times does a man have to win you?
I declare, the way you're sticking up for him, a person might think you were in love with him yourself.
You fool. The man loves you. While you were blaming him for everything, do you know what he was doing? Buying Big Muddy for you as a wedding present.
Come in. Pat? Come in.
You said that you wanted to think things over. Have you?
Yes?
Jim, I love you. You know I love you. It'll never happen again. I promise. Oh, I need you. I need you so terribly.
I don't think it'll work out between us, Pat.
I don't have to crawl to you or any man. You'll never see the day when you're half the man that Henry Terrell is. Never.
Honestly, are trash. There's no other word for it. They're trash. They're as prolific as animals, and they live like animals. Rufus, the head of the clan, is something out of the Stone Age. They live like a pack of wild dogs up in Blanco Canyon. They're a pest, a plague, like Sodom and Gomorrah. It'd be a blessing for this country if the flood would wipe them off the face of the earth.